Hi guys. I thought I'd do a video because I haven't done one in ages, and I just wanted to talk about spirituality. Actually, let's not talk about spirituality. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about any profession. Let's talk about if you wanted to be a doctor. If you wanted to be a doctor, you would have to go to university and you would ideally try and find the best university you could, or the one that you could get into, and you'd go and learn from a professor or a teacher, and then you would have to apply maybe 2, 3, 5. Sometimes I've even known people study for 7 years to become a GP, or a surgeon, or whatever skill it is that you want to learn. You would have to apply a certain amount of time into studying it, and then you could be classed as a professional. Someone who could trade as maybe a doctor or a surgeon, or a specialist in some area. But all the effort that went into studying and finding the university and applying yourself, learning from a professor, learning in life in I would say live events, made you become a better doctor, a better nurse, from learning from others. Well, that's exactly what spirituality is like. You have to, depending on where you are on your journey, and how happy you are, you have to go and find a teacher that knows more than you do, that can help you feel more in tune with yourself. Now, for me, I used to do lots of drugs, and I used to do, a lot. I used to drink a lot, and I wasn't very happy in my life. Let me say this again. I was happy because, I was enjoying doing, drinking and hanging out with my friends and, just having fun. But I just wasn't fulfilled. I felt like my environment had become very cliquey. I didn't really like myself as a person. And I knew that I had to change my life. I had to change, it wasn't the people around me. My friends were amazing, right? And they were fun. And, it was just me. I had changed. And I didn't want to be that person that was drinking all the time, because I didn't feel like it was adding any value to my life. I was very unhappy on the inside. I was really happy on the outside, if that makes sense, but like really miserable inside. I didn't really like the person that I'd become. I was very arrogant, yeah, it was just a really, really, really tough time for me. Okay, I had to look a little bit deeper and go and find a teacher that I was gonna learn from, to make me happy again, to make myself happy again, to learn how to love myself again. And it started with spirituality. I needed to find something that was going to make me happy within me, rather than searching for happiness outside of me, which is obviously, when you're drinking and when you're having fun on the outside, it's all good until it gets out of control, and then you realize, actually, oh my God, I'm not actually that happy, yeah. So for me, I needed something that was tangible. And I'd studied quite a lot of different religions before, and I tried to work out, what was what I needed, what is it that I needed. And so I went and for me, my spirituality, I've been meditating for over 10 years now, for just about 2.5 hours a day, which is what's required with my spirituality. But at the time, like, when I wasn't, when I was drinking and all, I was in that environment, I used to think, oh my God, how the hell am I going to find 2.5 hours a day to meditate? I didn't think it was possible, right? It is actually possible. I think that all these limitations are actually the limitations that you have inside you rather than the limitations that are real, finding time to meditate actually adds hours in my day. It gives me more time. It helps me bend reality. That is for another conversation. But, I don't think I've ever been so happy in my life internally, Externally, you'll always face challenges, obviously. You wouldn't be human and you wouldn't grow if you didn't have those challenges. But it's always trying to find what the message is in between those challenges, And for me, all I'm trying to say is that, like, meditating and being, in my spirituality has helped me in ways that I never thought possible. I've become a better person. I've realized that, so much, I just don't know so much, and there's so much is possible, and everything that I think is impossible actually is just a limitation, a self-limiting belief, and well, I don't think I've ever been so happy in my life. Like, I am fully content in my life, and I have peace of mind. Those are things that money can't actually buy. You can't put a price on those things. So for me, being spiritual and following a spiritual path, and your path may be different to mine, and that's still okay. It's your path. You have to go with what resonates with you. But for me, I'm more stable in my life. I am, these things like stability and mental strength and being consistently happy and having peace of mind consistently. Those things are consistent. They've been consistent in my life for the last 10 years. And, you can't put a price on that. And, so if you're trying to change your life and, you're struggling and you don't know where to start, maybe start, because everything you're looking from outside, just it's not of value, not really, because, it's not there to last, if that makes sense. It's a temporary happiness. It's a temporary chasing of something, and then you're like unhappy with it, and then you'll be chasing something else because you think that's going to make you happy, and that makes you unhappy, and it's a cycle, right? But with spirituality, it's consistent. It's consistently going to make you happy, and for me, that's what sustains me, and I thought I'd just want to share that with you. So if you are looking to be in a happier place, maybe start with a spirituality, something that interests you. What you might start with may not be what you end up with, because spirituality is like it's a journey, right? You could start in one place studying one particular religion, like I did, and then you outgrow it and you need something else, and you outgrow it and you need something else, and you outgrow that and you need something else. Just like if you were studying to be a doctor, or a nurse, or any profession, even property, just that's because obviously that's my partner. So what I found is when I started in property 2-3 years ago, you know, I didn't know that much, and I thought I did know quite a lot. But now, like last year, I learned quite a bit, and this year, when I look back at last year, and I'm going through the same content, but like I'm in a different place mentally. So, you know, you'll just continue to grow and pick up different things, and that's exactly what spirituality is like. You know, you have to start somewhere, and then you progress, and then you need something else, and you know, you just continuously growing, and that's the most important thing, that you are growing. And you know, one religion isn't better than the other. All religions, you know, are equal. It's just what resonates with you. And yeah, so I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Anyway, I hope it's been useful. Thank you very much for watching this. And if you have any comments, anything you'd like to add, then feel free to put it in the, you know, subject box below. But yeah, thank you for taking the time for watching this, and hope you guys all have a fantastic day. Thanks, guys. Bye.